And I'm Rico.
And this is ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, except we have come to the end of season 1 of Daebak K-Rambles. We have gone on a journey of 8 dramas.
Yes,
Rico, how are you feeling?
It has been a interesting experience to see like all these different shows. First off, it feels like it was a back-to-back manner. But overall, I think it was an enjoyable experience. I can't wait till we discuss like the good and the bad, of the show itself, or the different shows is what I meant to say. But overall, I think I was entertained. I was entertained with this. For me, it almost felt like an experiment because this is something that I'm not used to. I've never watched any of these Korean dramas. I'm not big on TV either. Like, I'll watch shows here and there, but it's not like I'm always watching like a new show. Like, most shows have to capture my attention in one shape or another. Like, either I get a recommendation or, I hear a lot of buzz about it, but I won't just start a show just for the heck of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that before coming into it, I just knew it was going to be a little bit difficult for you because you're coming from a background of like, you've watched Mad Men, you love Mad Men, you've watched Breaking Bad, and that's awesome. You've dipped your feet into Walking Dead. You've watched all the Marvel shows. We talk incessantly about Seinfeld and Friends and like these big staple shows of US and Western TV.
Right.
And so the K-drama world is nothing like that at all.
It's not.
There's like not a lot of overlap in any way, shape, or form. So I was pretty worried in like even pitching the Daebak show to you because I was like, this could be a disaster. Like, you could actually just hate all K-dramas or dislike what you're watching so much that you like don't finish. And I think we started off pretty badly because Boys Over Flowers you actually did not finish.
I did not finish, no.
Yeah. So, but I think that as it went on, you were very open-minded, and I have to give you props for that because not everyone can go into watching subtitles in a completely different language in a culture they have no understanding of and stick with it and actually glean something from it and be present and able to talk articulately about what they watched and what they liked or disliked about the show.
Right, and including like certain genres of shows that if it's an American show, usually I'm not even touching. So like something like a medical drama, I'm not even touching that with an American show. So I was willing to give it a shot here on this side with Daebak, just because I wanted to get like an experience of what it is to sit down and watch a Korean drama. Because here in the States, and we've talked about this, most shows go on for multiple seasons. So the fact that all these shows are basically condensed into 16 to 20 episodes and they're done, although Hospital Playlist now has a second season, which
Barring
is
Hospital Playlist,
right,
from
which is
the ones that
strange. But it's a very different thing because I'm used to a certain format. I'm used to certain beats happening by certain episodes, and that's the same with here. But at the same time, my time frame of a show is so like 43, 44 minutes.
Yeah.
But a lot of these shows are just like feature-length films almost every episode, and I'm like, this is a lot, and people are just binging these, and and for me, I'm just like, man, I can't even keep pace with a movie schedule like this. So imagine a show. So it was a breaking of my normal routine, I would say.
Yeah.
That I was not anticipating. But at the end, I feel that it was at least revelatory in how Korean drama is experienced for some people. This is a question I never asked you before, but would you say that this is how most people consume the dramas? Like they basically just binge watch them like after they're done, or do you feel that most people watch them while they're airing?
It totally depends on the person. I know that some people like to wait until the drama is completely aired for them to start watching because they are binge watchers.
Yeah.
And they'd rather have everything at their fingertips and not wait for episodes.
Right.
And then there's other people that are really content to have that watch schedule, like every Thursday or I don't know, every Thursday and Friday, I'm watching this drama 2 episodes a week or 1 episode a week, whatever the release schedule is. And they're perfectly fine with waiting another week
Right.
for the new episode. But personally, I am a binger. I don't have such a great memory where if I can finish an episode, an hour-long episode, and then come back a week later and try and pick up where I left off, it just doesn't work for me.
Oh.
Because I lose the thread of what's going on rather easily. I don't have a great memory. So to binge it, it helps me stay more focused on it. And I hate waiting. I'm very impatient. I'd rather just like watch 2-3 episodes a night.
You and I are different in that aspect because I love doing the weekly show. I love being able to break down a show after I've watched an episode. And that is actually how I've been able to just remember certain things of a show. You mentioned like Mad Men and Breaking Bad. There are episodes that I can remember clearly, even to now, like season 4, episode 7, The Suitcase. Like I know the episode title. I know the beats of that episode because I wasn't binging that show. Same thing with Breaking Bad in season 5, Ozymandias is one of the names of the episode, and like I can remember beats breaking it down, but like I remember there are shows that I've binge watched and it gets muddled for me. Like I start losing my place as to when things happened because I don't have that reflecting period of being able to look back, experience, and really sit with what I watched. You know, why did this happen? What is the significance of this? So, you know, things like that. That's why I prefer a show to be on a weekly basis where I can, digest it versus just binging and then at the end almost struggling, at least for me, struggling in remembering the order of things. Things start to blend. You don't remember if this was in episode 4 or 8. Like it's like things start to kind of mesh. So that's why I wanted to ask if that is like a common thing. But then again, it's to each their own.
Totally dependent on the person. You know, some people could sit there and watch an older drama, which could be their binge watch, and then can also simultaneously be watching a week-to-week current release drama. And those two kind of offset one another like a yin and yang sort of deal. And they feel good about it. They're fulfilled by it. I personally don't feel like that. I can binge watch 2-3 dramas at a time. And like, oh, today I'm going to watch 2 to 3 episodes of this drama. And tomorrow I feel like watching this drama. So I'm going to catch up on this drama. And it feels really comfortable for me.
Gotcha. Okay, so so we're approaching these
we are
two different ways.
Different. Yep, we are. So is there anything that you learned that you haven't already covered while watching all these dramas, 8 dramas?
I would say like some of the bigger things are trying to learn what some of the tropes are in Korean dramas. I still get sometimes I'll be watching something, you'll ask, what did you think of, answer X statement? And I'll be like, I didn't know that was something I should have, been aware of. So it's things like that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But at least I'm trying to like look out for things now. Like, for example, like the significance of like when they first touch hands or, like pulling them by the arm or the fact that there is a subway in almost every show, like that is just
the subway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay attention to different things now than I paid attention to 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Gotcha.
I think that certain things call out to you when you're, I don't know, more experienced with the culture that you're watching on screen. I would say that I'm more in tune with changes in the language. Like, oh, they're speaking very formally right now. So there is a barrier of like politeness between these two characters. Or, wow, they've dropped all the formalities and this is like a really big touch point in their relationship, whether it's a hero and a villain or, two lovers, what have you.
Right.
It's really important in the Korean language that there is that hierarchy. There is that like polite yo at the end of, words and phrases like 안녕하세요. Like yo is a polite ending.
Gotcha.
So between friends, you would just say 안녕.
I see.
And there is a difference. Like
there's a difference. It's kind of like in Spanish between tú y usted.
Exactly.
Like, depending on who you're talking to,
who you're speaking to,
right? You would use a certain word to address that person. Tú is very informal,
exactly.
Versus usted is a sign of respect.
To an elder,
exactly.
Someone who has more authority than you. You say usted, and that's the same way in the Korean language, honestly. Yeah. And it's not something that I got the first few years that I was watching K-drama. So now I'm like, ooh. They did this. Oh, they said that. And it just comes with time. It just comes with watching more things that have more overlap. Like watching different genres within K-drama. And then you're like, oh, they're repeating this thing. Oh, they're commenting on this. And you start to see patterns and you start to recognize certain things.
Gotcha.
Overall, I'm very happy that we did this little experiment. And without further ado, I think we're going to get into some superlatives.
Yes.
If you have listened to Always the Critic podcast, which is our bread and butter movie podcast that we've been doing since 2018, that's where we cut our teeth on podcasting. Rico loves a good ranking. And last year, we actually, because of COVID, there were no new releases, and so we stepped out of our comfort zone and did a summer superlatives series on Always the Critic, and that was a lot of fun. We had guests on the show, and we basically took a different genre of movies like action, and we did a superhero episode, and we just did superlatives on summer releases in those genres. And we're going to do superlatives right now for all the shows that we watched on season 1. So, Rico, do you want to start us off on a superlative?
Sure. Let's go ahead and let's start with the show with the best character intro. Let's start there.
Okay. All right.
So I'll go first with this one.
Sure.
And I'm going to choose not one character, not two, not three, but 4. And I'm talking about the 4 boys in Boys Over Flowers. Because that entrance is cringy, it is over the top, but damn, is it memorable. Like, because I still think about the way they show that entrance between the 4 of them. It is insane. The slow-mo, the rock music. Is in my imagination, or was there like a dove flying somewhere in there? Like, if
not your imagination,
it's not my imagination. I knew
not
it.
Your imagination.
I knew it. So I was just trying to remember if I remember that detail correctly. But yeah, that is insane to me. And maybe it's a little cheesy, but boy, is it super memorable. Just thinking how they introduced these 4 high school boys.
I am so glad that you mentioned Boys Over Flowers. I was afraid that you weren't going to put them for any superlatives because you hated Boys Over Flowers so much.
No, but I can find the fun or the good in just about anything. So,
okay, so my show with the best character intro is actually Hospital Playlist.
Okay,
I'm going to go with Ik-jun when he arrives in the ER with a Darth Vader helmet super glued to his head. I thought that was brilliant.
That is pretty
funny. I thought
that
was hilarious. And the fact that they're like, who's going to perform the surgery? Who's going to perform the surgery? That guy is. And then he turns around slowly and you see his face. And it's just so embarrassing. He does the surgery with the Darth Vader helmet on. It's fantastic. I thought it was perfect.
That was really good because it establishes that this show is not going to be serious. You know, there's going to be fun had throughout the show. Mm-hmm. That was a good job.
For sure. Next superlative. Let's go with funniest character.
Okay. Funniest character. You want to go first?
I'll go first. I think it's a toss-up between the North Korean crew from Chloe, Crash Landing on You, or Ik-jun again, our liver man from Hospital Playlist, because he was so charming and funny throughout. Definitely the class clown of the crew.
So with this one, I will agree with you. From Chloe, the North Korean crew.
Yes.
That was a really good, just overall like ensemble. It felt really good that they all were funny in their own way. Like they had memorable characters. Now, I do want to shout out for a character that was unintentionally funny.
Oh.
And I would say, I can't remember his name, but it's the villain from Descendants of the Sun.
Ooh.
With like for some reason, whenever they speak English, like it just does not sound right. Like it just sounds like over pronunciation of words. And
well, that character's name was Agus.
There we go. Agus.
And the actor who played him was from Wisconsin. Go Pack, go.
From Wisconsin. That is funny to me, and it's not meant to be.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say that. But in all seriousness, though, I think the crew from Crash Landing on You, all his crew is actually really funny throughout.
Hysterical.
Yes.
Love them. Okay.
All right.
Let's go with the best moment in a show.
Ooh. Okay. So there are quite a few that you can choose here. So like I know that in the K2, like I'm throwing a nominee out there. It's the first time that he shows off his fighting skills in the subway station. I think that's a really good moment in the show. If we're talking about Signal, I think it's also very early on is when you get that transmission for the first time between the two cops, because it like immediately triggers like what is going on right now? How is this happening? Who you know? So
You're throwing out some good nominees here.
They're not bad nominees. And then I would say that finally the last nominee for me at least would be. Actually, now I completely blanked on them. So those two right there are probably my favorite moments.
I like those. Those are good. My best moment is either Border Goodbye from Chloe.
Oh.
Probably the last one where he's like, don't run. And he's in handcuffs and he crosses the border again. And there's like a standoff between the two military parties, guns raised, and they're just like literally talking for the longest time, but it's so emotionally packed. And I truly think that was the best moment in the show. That's
a really good moment. You know which moment for me, a little underrated, I don't know if we'll talk too much about it, but it was in Hospital Playlist, comes in, I would say, the final episode when he asks her, you know, do you want to be together? And then he says, don't give me your answer right now. Think about it. And he walks out. That is that's such a good one. Boss move to do that. Crazy. But yeah, so I think that was a memorable moment as well.
I like that. I like that one too. All right. Next superlative, character with the best job.
So I kind of like the K2 just because like he's like this like secret operative. I do like that, but I don't know if that's the best one. I think you can kind of say like the people from Hospital Playlist are all great doctors in their own way.
Maybe I should like change the category so that it's more like character whose job that you wish you had, with a job that you wish you had.
That's not a bad idea. honestly, being a sketch artist for W would be
Ooh,
really fun to be. That would be a
you
really fun
totally
job.
surprised me. The dad is a famous cartoonist with a very well-known manhwa comic, and like to be a comic book writer and illustrator is a great job.
Yeah, it would be a killer job. You get to
Ooh.
create your own stories in a format that is very popular nowadays. So
Yeah.
I think that's a very cool job to have.
Wow. Okay, you surprised me with that one. That one's amazing. My character with the best job or job that I want is definitely Yoon Seti in Chloe. She is a tribal heiress, an entrepreneur, owner, and creative director of her own luxury skincare, apparel, and furniture brand. And I'm like all up on that. Like I want it. I can taste it. I can smell it. I want to be Yoon Seti.
I do not blame you. That is a really good job to have. Well, first off, being an heiress, like
Oh yeah, no, that goes without saying.
that part goes without saying. But also being like a director of your own luxury skincare. You could be like the way Rihanna is with the new makeup. Fenty.
It's essentially Rihanna billionaire status. You
Pretty
are
much.
correct. Okay, let's talk about the best duo / crew.
Oh man, so this one's. I think this comes down to two, for me, because I was viewing more crews than duos, but
That's fine.
But I think it's either the crew from Crash Landing on You or Hospital Playlist. Like those two feel like the most realized characters, the ones that have the most personalities. Individuality between them. If I had to lean which one, I think I would lean towards Hospital Playlist, just
Same.
because there was a lot of characters that I really like. Oh, I'm rooting for this person to, whatever they're doing in their story,
Yeah.
I was rooting for them. So that's kind of how I did. I do have a duo though that I think is great though, and it is.
What's your duo?
It's from Signal.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it was a Signal
Yeah.
duo.
And honestly, you could kind of pick like which duo. Like you could pick either
Right.
her with the cop from the past or
Yeah,
her
yeah.
with the cop from the present. But both of them work. So that's my choices.
I am so glad you mentioned Signal because I thought you were going to go with Signal initially.
It's there, and there's still plenty of other categories.
All right. Most interesting setting / premise.
Okay, so this one for me it's between two. Signal, I think, would be my obvious answer there, just because I've talked so much about how I love the fact that is a show that leans more into the premise of the show, which is a cop communicating with another cop from the past. Like that to me is fascinating. I love that. So not so I don't sound like a broken record with Signal. I will say, even though I wasn't a big fan of the show, I think W has an interesting concept. The fact that, this person who's illustrating this comic, that comic is its own world that person is alive in. So I think that's a very interesting concept, even if like the execution throughout I'm not totally sold on. At the beginning, the concept is very interesting.
Yeah. So my choice was W.
Okay.
I fully commit to that premise. I really enjoy it. It just was, squandered with the plot. But the interesting setting / premise, I thought it was bar none like the best one.
Yeah.
Signal following directly on its heels, though.
Totally.
Let's talk about the most outrageous subplot / backstory.
Okay. I think you and I are going to have the same one. I really do. Because
Let's see.
I think there's only one answer to this, and this is from What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
We do.
We do have the same one. Okay.
We have the same one.
This is ridiculous. Like the fact that the main couple, The show, okay, can I just say the show starts off with these two working together. He is
Yeah.
the boss, she is the secretary, and it's supposed to be like a fun thing between the two of them, like, oh, don't quit, I need you, and blah, blah, blah. And then halfway through the show, they reveal number one, they've known each other since childhood. How have they known each other? They were both kidnapped by the same person. That's not that, and we're not done.
No.
The kidnapper, instead of killing the girl, like was convinced not to kill her, and then she kills herself. The kidnapper commits suicide. So it's a traumatic experience. And then on top of that, there's another layer of the brother of the guy
Yep.
somehow has like this manifestation in his mind that he was the one that was kidnapped, and to forget, so that way like the younger one could forget. Doesn't make any sense. It's so
awful.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they throw it into the middle of the show like a dead fish. Like it's
This is. Yeah, when this kind of manifested in the show, I wanted to drop the show like a bag of hot nickels, but I couldn't because we are committed to finishing shows here before we comment on them. That's only fair, except for Boys Over Flowers.
Right.
But this backstory / subplot was outrageous, completely fits the category, and I was hoping that you would say something different, but honestly, this takes the cake.
it
took the cake.
wild.
Left the building with the cake. So I think we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we
Let's
kind of
go.
have to.
Let's go with a show you wish was a feature-length movie instead.
Okay, so I have two answers here because I think that they would have worked better in this premise. And I think it's either the K2.
Ooh.
I think the K2 works better as a film instead of a 16-episode arc, or W.
Ooh.
I think W has a very interesting premise, but you don't need to have it extend that long. You can have that character figure out that they are in a comic and they're trying to get out and they're trying to like live their real life. You can have that in a
Yeah.
feature-length film. Hell, they were able to do it in a music video. Aha. Take on Me. Like if they could condense that type of story in a 4-minute music video, they could do it for a movie. I think
Hour and
there's
a
a
half,
lot.
2 hours.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that is on the table that doesn't need to be on there.
I back you 100%. I think W could be a feature-length movie easily.
Mm-hmm.
My pick is actually What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Okay, yeah.
Easily that could be a rom-com.
Yeah. Just
you'd
take
watch
out,
on-
the suicide traumatic event.
Take out the whole backstory, take out the subplot, take out the spinning wheels part of it, and the whole elongation of their engagement and picking the proposal deal and the whole thing. Just shorten it up. It would be so sweet. I think it would be so good because, you'd knock out all of that fluff of the show and you keep only the juiciest bits.
Right. Exactly.
It'd be a wonderful, actually.
Yeah, it would.
So that's my pick. All right. Best redemption.
You want to go first on this one? This one's a little
I'll go
tough for me.
first. I felt like in Chloe, Swindler Sung-jung, amazing redemption for that character. The second male lead in that show
Oh, I see what you're saying.
was basically irredeemable, tried to marry our main girl and get into the family to exact revenge on the family, then swindled her brother out of millions of dollars, and then went on the run in North Korea. Like, I think that's crazy. Lying his way into North Korea, paying people off, dealing with the mafia, Chinese smugglers, and he completely redeems himself at the end by saving Sodan.
Gotcha.
And dying in the process.
Which
he died for his love.
he did. That was I almost forget about that, but yeah, he does die for his love. How do you feel about why am I blanking on his name? But Lee Min-ho's character from Boys Over Flowers.
I don't mind that for this category.
Because
Best
I
redemption.
think that the show really starts him out as like the most pretentious ass. Like, and the show does want you to root for him as the, protagonist, as the love interest.
Mm-hmm.
And even though like I don't really see them too much as a couple because I feel like they're at so much odds throughout the show.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the show does do a good job of at least towards the back half, even though I didn't finish it, but towards the back half of the show, you can really start seeing him like actually change and actually become a person that you want to see and want a rooting interest in.
I fully believe you. I think that he's a great one to bring up for best redemption because he's awful in the first half and
yeah, he's terrible.
Breaks up with her brutally, is at the mercy of his awful mother, and tries to break up F4 multiple times. And I mean, he's just crazy. But I think throughout he grows up essentially.
Right, exactly. He does grow up throughout.
So it's a nice character arc for him, and that's a great choice for best redemption.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to go actually, before we continue with the general superlatives, which you can definitely contribute to, we're going to have Jessica's Corner because I put some superlatives in here that were too niche, and Rico was like, I can't comment on these. Like, I just don't know. I don't have any answers for these. So I'll just go solo for these three. Best cameo, I'm going to give it to, there's actually two that I like from the same show. So Chloe had Jung Kyung-ho. He plays Seti's celebrity ex-boyfriend, and she gets caught in the scandal, and like Dispatch catches her photos with him and stuff. Love his cameo. He's in like 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And in also Chloe, Kim Soo-hyun, he reprises his character from the movie Secretly Greatly from 2013, where he's a North Korean spy. I absolutely loved him in Chloe. That whole thing was hysterical to me. That character is supposed to be like a stupid, slow person, which is all an act, and it was delivered so well in Chloe. I thought it was probably, that's actually the answer that I'm going to go with. So Kim Soo-hyun in Chloe. That's
okay.
It. Best cameo.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Favorite / best K-drama trope. So for me, A Kiss by Episode 10. I absolutely love that timing device. You can kind of feel in every show where they have this rule in place where there's lovers or a couple, the tension building between the characters, and
right.
You have all of this growth and relationship happening between them before they ever like put hands on each other. And I really enjoy that. I want the satisfaction, of all of this tension and all this build up to be worth it. So
right. I like
that by episode 10, The Kiss by episode 10. Number 2, Running in the Rain with the man using his jacket as an umbrella. Quality trope. I eat that shit up every time I see it on screen. And it's actually not too often that they show that on screen. It's almost like a B trope, not an A trope.
Okay, so it's not always, but
not
still.
always, yeah. Not like piggyback rides. Like everyone gets a piggyback ride.
Oh
everyone,
God.
Gets an arm yank.
The
all these things.
piggyback rides.
You see, that's a trope.
That was
you got
funny.
that.
I got that. Yeah, but that was funny though. I will say that.
Worst K-drama trope, and this is the last category on Jessica's Corner. I'm going to have to go with characters that somehow know each other since childhood. I absolutely hate that trope. It's like they do their best to craft such a great story, a great romance, a great relationship. And then they're like, surprise, flashback. They knew each other.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hate it, hate it, hate it. Leave it at the door. The second thing is back pats / head pats. Have you ever seen like 2 characters give like a hug or something and they pat the back?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. What is that about? I absolutely despise back pats and head pats. Like a lot of like stroking of the head.
Ah, okay. So it
Oh
makes
my
it seem
gosh,
like they're
bothers
like a
me.
pal or something.
Yes, it makes it seem like, their Shih Tzu that's at home, like same motion, same energy.
Okay.
Hate it.
Hate
Back
it.
pats / head pats. Hate them.
Got it.
All right, that's the end of Jessica's Corner, and we're gonna head back to the regular superlatives here. Let's go dark. What is the best villain, Rico?
Ooh. Oh man, this is a pretty good one. Okay, so best villain.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the police chief from Signal.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
all the covering up, all the, behind the scenes dealings of stopping the police from doing their job,
Yes.
he is the one manipulating all of that. On top of that, he is the one that kills our hero. Or pretty much, he pretty much kills our hero.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that he is the best
He's
villain.
a murderer.
He's a murderer.
Outright.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
None at all. And he covers it up all these years later.
Attitude
Oh, yeah.
on him. Like, there's so much attitude
There is
coming
so
from
much
him.
attitude. Like, this guy, who does he think he is?
Legit. Oh, yeah, that's a great one. I'm actually going to go, it's a toss-up for me, between Gu Junpyo's mom in Boys Over Flowers
Okay.
or Choi Yoo-jin from the K2. Both ladies, sinister. They need to be locked up. The Gu Junpyo's mom hires a high schooler to kidnap Jandi. She's sabotaging every person that's involved with Jandi. Keeps her children in torturous situations. Marries her daughter off to someone she doesn't love. Breaks up couples. She's a menace. And then Choi Yoo-jin ships off Yuna to Spain and holds her hostage so that she can get her husband to do whatever she wants.
That's not good.
Not good. Not good, guys. Those are terrible, terrible people. Best villains in my book. All right. Conversely, what is the worst villain?
The worst villain, I might have to say, if you're talking villains, W doesn't really have a villain, does it? Am I right?
Choice.
Oh, okay, that's your choice.
My choice is W because they didn't even write a villain.
Right, there's no real villain there. So, but if we're choosing an actual villain, I'll go back to Descendants of the Sun and that guy from Wisconsin. I think it's almost like a joke of a character. So,
it is a joke.
So that would be my choice if we're picking an actual person. But because of the fact that W doesn't even have one, by default,
it was yeah. It's just a cautionary tale. Do not do this. All right, show with the best ending.
Ooh, best ending. Okay. I already know which one is not the best ending, and that is Crash Landing on You. Because of the fact that they don't really coordinate this thing. They're supposed to meet in, what is it, Switzerland?
Switzerland.
When? How? What time? And she just randomly anyway. So
this is fantastic. I thought you were going to say Descendants of the Sun with the Canada bit.
Oh no, that one's also so bad. That is memorable. That is super memorable. They're in Vancouver or something. All of them. And then it's they become heroes and they're changing into their outfits. That is also another wild one. So out of left field almost. Shit.
Yes.
But best ending we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Best ending.
I think I'm going to lean towards Hospital Playlist.
Ooh.
And I think because of the fact that the show doesn't really end.
Yes.
It leaves you with trails of where the story can pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think it's a good ending, although, it doesn't really end. But I think it's a good way of
It's probably more familiar to you because in American TV, every season ends like that.
Exactly.
Major cliffhangers, plot holes not filled in, and characters kind of at a standstill. Like, what's going to happen
What's
next?
going to happen next? Like, one of the most memorable ones in Western television to me was West Wing at the end of the first season.
Ooh.
The president comes out, his entire crew, they're walking out of a location, and there's a shooter who shoots, and they start shooting, and everybody starts ducking, and then it cuts to black, and you don't know, because then you hear the radio that somebody's been shot. And it's like, who has been shot?
Oh my God.
And that's how they leave you for the season, for the summer.
That is rude.
That is rude. That is super rude. But that's just one that comes to mind, in Western television.
Yeah. So you liked that in Hospital Playlist.
I did.
It was very similar.
Yeah, because it feels like,
there is going to be more.
Right. And where is it going to go? It leaves you with anticipation.
Oh, nice word. Okay. My ending is more definitive.
Okay.
I went with the K2, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because that one was wrapped up in a pleasing way. All the bad guys like either die or get their comeuppance, and then Jeha and Anna get the hell out of Dodge and make it to Spain. And I'm like, yeah, like that's decent.
They were able to get it out.
Respectable ending on that one. So K2 for me.
Not bad.
Yeah. All right. Worst character death.
This one, I didn't really
actually torn.
I didn't think too hard on this one, just because, like most of the deaths, just they happen and that's it.
It can be also like worst in the sense that, like, not worst or most violent, or
right?
Anything, but also like, wow, I can't believe they did that.
Right? Like why did they do it?
Incredulous death. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I see what you're saying. It's probably, I don't remember this girl's name, but it is in Signal. Like, this girl dies like in a bus or in a truck.
So it's Cha Soo-hyun, that character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she steps into like a booby-trapped truck and gets blown up, and then her charred body is wheeled away. Like, that's insane.
That's pretty insane for that show.
And then they retcon it. Because he makes a change using, the signal, the walkie-talkie,
right? And
she comes back to life. She is restored.
She is restored to her proper body.
Yeah. I said the signal one's probably a really bad one. I mean, worst character death in both senses of the word.
Yeah.
I'll go with W though, because Oh Yeon-ju dies of a gunshot wound in the manhwa off screen.
Oh,
off screen.
That's right. It's an
Our
on-screen
boy
death.
Casey
That's
comes
awful.
back. He comes back and tells his dad, "Oh, she died," and all this stuff. Like literally telling him how she died.
You can't be doing that. That's...
Versus showing us her end, like the end of her.
That's a bad way to.
It was bad. It was bad,
right.
bad.
You're right about that.
So I think that was the worst. Obviously, she comes back. They draw her back to life. But anyway, the worst character death, hands down for me. Let's end this general superlatives section with the best kiss.
Ooh, I'll let you go first on this one.
Okay, it's definitely in Hospital Playlist with Jungwon. He kisses the resident Gyeobu. Oh my god! Like, I was losing it. I love their kiss. It has so much meaning to it, and I think that's what gets me.
Okay,
is that there was all of this pent up, like, will they or won't they? Does he have feelings for her? And you get this small reveal of he got rid of all of the religious paraphernalia that was in his desk. And you're like, oh my God, does this mean that he's giving up on his dream to become a priest?
Oh my God. That's right.
And it turns out, yes, like when she begs him to stay and not become a priest, he just goes and kisses her. And you're like, oh my God, like this is it. Like this is love. It has happened. He's chosen wisely, as the as they say in Indiana Jones 3. It was so fulfilling to see these two characters.
Right. That is not a bad choice.
Okay.
That's not a bad choice.
What is your choice?
My choice is going to be Surprisingly, from What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, Park Min-ho and Park Soo-joon.
Really?
I think their kiss feels a little more what I see in Western media. There's there's a little more passion behind it. Is what I'm.
Open mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Church kisses. Oh, I say church kiss.
Yeah,
that's a reference to The Wedding Singer.
I was not expecting Wedding Singer. Ooh, boy.
Yeah. Sorry, I blindsided you with that one. But
yeah, you did.
I like their kisses as well. Like, I can't pinpoint one. Did you have one in particular that you...
There's one where, I guess, like, I don't know if they're on a bed. Like, they're, like, about to lay down on a bed. I can't remember.
Is it the one where he, like, undoes the, like, top knot that she had on her blouse?
I think so, yes.
Okay, that was the spiciest one.
That's the spiciest one.
Because you're thinking they're gonna have sex and then they get interrupted.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's the one.
Okay, but that's a famous one, I would say.
Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with it being famous.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the end of our general superlatives, and we're gonna go with the ones that are leading us to Rico's top 5 for season 1. Let's go with the show with the character doing the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this has got to be a character that you just feel is not really contributing much to the plot.
It could be however
that's true.
You kind of interpret it. I didn't want to define it too much. Like, if you feel like it's an actor versus the character, or the character and the plot that they're not servicing, like, it's all up to you.
Right. I think it was... Why am I blanking? I think it was... Yes. Crash Landing on You.
Ooh.
The male lead.
What?
Why am I blanking on his name? I think for most of the show, he is just playing it too rigid. And I know he's playing like a North Korean soldier, but I think he's playing it too dry throughout. And it's not enough for the character. You want that character to break free, and it feels like he doesn't truly break out of that shell. I never feel like he broke out of that shell.
You're saying the character doing the bare minimum is Hyunbin, Captain Ri?
Yes.
Oh my God. Had your kids, had your wives. You better lock your doors tonight.
No, I know.
Because
people are going to come after me.
They're going to come after you, bro. Like,
I know. People
Hyunbin
love that
is
character, I know. But
yeah, they love, like, the stoic soldier, oh God.
I said what I said.
I didn't know what you. I know exactly what you said. I was shocked. My character doing the bare minimum is Anna from the K2. Played by Yoona.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good. Yeah.
She is the equivalent of a deer in headlights. Like, you just run her over and you're like, shit, my car's wrecked. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Like, she's not doing a lot.
You're right.
She's dead weight.
Yeah, that's a very good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you on it.
Okay. What is the show with the best character?
All right. I think you already know my answer. I think you do.
I don't know now.
Well, okay, so
you threw out Hyunbin and threw it all out of whack.
No, well, first off, it's from
wrong.
Signal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Lee Jian. It's Lee Jian. But
Lee Jian.
Lee Jian. Yes. He is.
Wait, is that the one
from the
past?
past?
The guy from the past.
From the
yes,
past.
That's correct.
I do like the guy from the present too. Both of those characters are great. I like the one from the past more because you get to see him at different stages of his career. You get to see him at different stages of his life and what it's like to live with this, almost like power. It's almost the power to be able to communicate with the future.
You're saying he's a superhero?
In a way.
You thought about it, you're like...
I thought about it for a second. But no, but in reality, like, the guy he's been given a gift to be able to help out the future and also be assisted by the future. Ooh. And I love how we see him when he's a patrol officer, not knowing what this all is, growing all the way up to being like a full-fledged captain who, is basically at the end of his life realizing, everything he does and what he could have done as well. And I really enjoy that about the character. So that is my choice for best character.
Yeah, you kind of nailed it. I'll go with Song Joong-ki as Captain Yoo-se-jin in Descendants of the Sun.
Okay.
And I'll say that because he is probably the perfect mix of the serious soldier and the guy who doesn't take anything too seriously, the guy that knows when to follow rules and when to break them.
Mm-hmm.
He's very playful and super charming. Definitely like a shoot your shot kind of guy. And, great at fighting, super good looking. And I just feel like he's like the best of everything. So I will go with Song Joong-ki as Captain Yoo-se-jin as best character.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I think he's great. Let's go with the show with the best OST.
I had a problem with this one only because a lot of the shows, like I had a hard time remembering, but there was, I'm not saying it's the best one. It's just the one that came to mind a lot just because it sounded so different. And it is the theme from Signal because it has like this Western motif.
Country twangy sort of sound.
So it sounds so different. I'm not saying it's the best one, but it is the most... It's unique. The one that really stuck in my head because like I can still think back to it and the way it ends, like with the guy, like I still remember it,
Fantastic. Okay. I like that answer. Signal is probably not an OST people would pick over some of the other ones. So I like that you chose that. For me, it's between Descendants of the Sun and W. Okay. I love both of those. I listen to both of those actively.
Okay.
Probably I'll go with Descendants of the Sun, ultimately, because I like more songs from that soundtrack versus W.
Yeah.
Like Descendants of the Sun has like, oh, every time I see you.
That's not a bad song, yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know why. I just
you don't know
instantly puts a smile on my face and makes me think of the drama and all the best parts of the drama, plus like the other songs on the OST. So I'll go with Descendants of the Sun.
Not a bad choice.
Most memorable show watching experience.
So this is going to be a crazy one because we're talking about memorable.
Yeah, it's memorable.
It's got to be Boys Over Flowers for me. Oh. Like that is a memorable experience. Just remembering the things that I'm just like befuddled by on the show and inexplicably having the girl yelling so much throughout the show. Like she's always yelling at someone, and then you have like the very problematic stuff involving like bullying with, basically to the point of killing someone or the kid commits suicide. And then like the show opens with that pretty much like the kid.
That's the opener.
Yeah, that's the opener. A kid's about to jump and commit suicide. But hey, we got more. And then
this club has everything.
It really does because then there's like so many sporting events that these kids do. Like she's a swimmer. They go racing with cars. Like they go like if it was Monaco.
Luxury cars.
Like if it was like Italian sport racing and then they like go riding on horses. Don't they do shooting basketball at one point? Yes, they do basketball as well.
I don't think they're shooting. Maybe they do like in their spare time.
Maybe, but I can't remember. But there is like
one's a potter. Like
so random.
One plays a violin.
All of them do such random things, in this life that
if you had to, here's a question that has nothing to do with the superlatives. If you had to build an F4, what would your 4 be? Like, what would there be? What would their talents be and like their thing?
Oh my God. Okay, so I think obviously you need a leader, right?
Yeah.
There's the leader, the one that everybody kind of falls in line with. They're usually the most popular one. They're the one sometimes that's most athletic.
What's his gimmick?
His gimmick, he's the pretty boy. Like
That's
he is
it.
the
That's all he
true
does.
pretty boy. Like he gets all the attention for being really good looking. Then you have to have one of your other ones has to be like an athlete. Like they are good at just sports, but not like the most random sports out there. Like, conventional sports that we would
You want a conventional sports dude?
just like a conventional, like they're either like on the football team or like even if you want to
Does
go
he
like
play like
really
every sport, like every season? He's
almost
doing
like
that
he's
sport?
almost doing like a different sport each season. Yes, like that type of guy.
Not like a luxury sport, like equestrian,
No,
polo.
the most like bougie, if you want to call it, would be like something like lacrosse. Like that would be like the most.
Maybe he's a rower.
Oh my god, that's not a bad idea. If it's a rich
Okay.
school, then yeah, a rower is actually not a bad
Okay.
choice. Like like the Winklevoss twins. Anyway, so we have them,
It's a
right?
social network, no?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know you had the twins' names memorized like that.
Yeah, the Winklevosses. The third one is the guy who has all the connections. This is the person that has an in with the audiovisual team. They have an in with the math. They have an in, and they're the ones like that can get like test scores or like early tests.
Oh my God, he's the DJ.
He's the
like the Paris
DJ.
Hilton.
Yes, he
Okay.
is the DJ. So like
And he has like a record collection worth like thousands
Oh,
of thousands.
for sure. This
Okay,
guy
perfect.
has
I
rich
see it.
parents, but he has ins everywhere. And
Right.
then
And he's like at the coffee shop,
Yes.
like everywhere and nowhere at the same
yes.
time.
And then finally, the fourth one for me, I think has to be the funny one. Has to be the one that but here's the problem. The funny and the jokes come at other people's expenses because they are part of this elite group. So it's always him making fun of
So
someone.
it's Pete Davidson.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of like
Okay.
Pete Davidson. But yeah, basically making fun of other people.
Actually, Pete Davidson is very self-sacrificing.
yeah, you're right.
what's
He
the term?
is
Deprecating.
self-deprecating. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so he doesn't fall in that line there, but I would say someone who feels like a jerk in a way is another comedian.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Ooh, yes.
Jimmy Kimmel's a
Jimmy
dick.
Kimmel's a dick. But he fits this particular thing perfectly.
So what would the face look like? Because it can't be Jimmy.
No, it's
Kimmel.
not going to be Jimmy Kimmel, but I think
Inside whose body?
inside of whose body? That's a great question. I feel like
we can leave that up to the audience.
yeah,
I
we can
guess.
leave that to the audience. Like cast your F4 by giving us like the body type, like who would fit into who.
Yes.
Because in my mind, for some reason, I don't know why it's coming to mind. Maybe it's just recency bias, but I feel like someone along the lines. I'm not saying his frame now because he's too built, but I'm saying like John Cena feels like the type that would make fun of you, but not like now John Cena because he's too good a shape. You know what I'm saying?
You want a chunkier John Cena? to
Something
be
like that. Like he's still popular, but the only reason he's popular is because like he makes the other three laugh, so they keep him
Okay.
around in that capacity.
I like this concept. So again, like Rico said, if you want to build your F4 and cast it, tell us on all the socials. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ATC Daebak Pod. Please let us know.
Yes.
What does your F4 look like? Okay. Now here is the last superlative before we get into your top 5, Rico. What is the best show that we have watched?
That is
this
a
season?
great question, and I'm going to answer that by giving you my top 5 first.
Yes.
So that way
Cool,
we
cool.
can build up to what I think is the best show.
right.
So let's start off. Since I've only watched 8 shows, this top
it's 8
5
shows.
is drawing from a very shallow pool.
Yeah.
But regardless, here is my top 5 K-dramas so far. All right. At number 5, I am going with Descendants of the Sun. Number 5.
All right.
All right. At number 4, I am going with the K2.
Really?
Yes. It has dropped slightly in estimation for me.
I am very surprised.
I know.
Okay.
It's surprising.
Wow. All right.
At number 3, even though the ending is so funny to me, number 3 is Crash Landing on You.
Wow.
That's number 3.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Number 2, I'm not a fan of the genre of the show, but the show sold me a lot on it, and it was Hospital Playlist. Number 2.
Oh my God. I'm so intrigued by it. Okay. I think I know what number 1
And
is.
I think you know what number 1 is, but my number 1 show is still by leaps and bounds over the others. It's Signal. Signal. I love that show.
I am so glad that you love Signal.
Yeah, man.
You're like, yeah, man. That's like, would you say Signal holds up to like even the best Western shows that you've seen?
I think that for the most part, I think it does, because it's such an interesting premise. It's acted very well. There's a couple of episodes that kind of get stuck in like these side stories, like these side missions. And at the end of the day, you still want, I think the only change I would make, this is the only one, is the show opens up with this really cool case about a person who was abducted. Yeah. Right? A girl that was abducted.
Child was abducted.
When they were young, and all these years later, there's no answer. I would have loved for that to be the main case of the season, but in between, there would be cases that they would have to solve, but that kind of contributed to that. Like it was it would be like a new clue.
Cases.
Yeah, a new clue that would all of a sudden unlock something for the main case. I think that would have been a cool thing, because it kind of, in a way, reminds me of this show, a Western show called The Killing. The Killing is about a girl that goes missing. The whole tagline of the show was, "What happened to Rosie Larson?" And so she goes missing. And so these cops are in charge of the investigation. And the show, 13-episode run, is all about, well, did she go missing? Was she killed? Who are the suspects? And so then there's cases in between, but those cases deal with some of the suspects that they're, looking at. And little things start opening up, and they're like, oh crap, we didn't look at this, and this could be a huge clue, like stuff like that. I think that would be the thing that I would change about the show. I think the show overall is still great with the different cases. Like they kind of section it off. Like the first 3 episodes are about one case, then the next few are about another case, and like I do like that. I don't mind it at all, but I think it would have served better if the entire 1 season run was one giant case, and then the little cases in between contribute to it.
You prefer the micro on one case versus a macro on many cases.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's respectable. I like that.
But other than that, that's if, you're comparing it to the Western shows that I really like. As a K-drama by itself, for me so far, it stands by itself. So
nice. So for me, the best show is definitely Signal and Descendants of the Sun, because I feel like that. Also, Descendants of the Sun was my most memorable show watching experience as well. So it goes hand in hand with it being tied for first.
Got
for
it.
Best show. The Descendants of the show. Descendants of the show.
Descendants of the show.
Descendants of the Sun is pretty divisive nowadays. I think that people are more comfortable with saying they dislike the show versus back when it was hot and people were like berating others for their opinion. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't care.
Right.
But I really enjoyed that show. And it was actually the one that I was most anticipating the next episode on.
Got it.
And relatively the same for Signal, although I am more hesitant to be like, yeah, let's go on another episode of a really dark drama. I'm like, ooh, like I'm kind of wincing when I press play on like a dark drama like Signal. But for Descendants of the Sun, it was a very positive experience. So I like both for different reasons.
Both for different reasons. Okay, nice.
Yeah. I love your top 5. I am so excited that Hospital Playlist landed so high up on the list. Because if you listen to our episode on Hospital Playlist, it is probably a little more negative than what I was expecting it to land on your top 5.
Yeah, it does sound negative definitely when we listen back to it, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. But this has been such a fun experience. I want to encourage all of you to basically support us as much as you can. You know, we are the show's not going anywhere. It's still going to be on all the podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. So definitely hit subscribe. Like the show, give us a review on Apple Podcasts. That's going to go such a long way for, us to get discovered by more listeners just like you. And of course, come and say hi on social media because I'm still there. Like Rico's not there, but I'm there. And you can come say hi, talk to me about the episodes or about other shows that you're watching. I'm going to be posting on there. And, the blog is still going to be alive and well. So I'll be writing, full reviews for shows that I'm watching on my own. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at ATC Daebak Pod, like I said before. And again, best way to support us is to become a patron.
Yes.
Okay. For as little as like $2 a month. It's such a great way for you to get involved and show how much you love us. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. Now, all that being said, Rico, is there going to be a season 2?
I would say that yes, there is going to be a season 2. There is. And we can expect that in early 2022.
Yes. We are, again, we have another podcast that is a weekly podcast, and we haven't stopped doing that podcast since 2018. It actually is a lot of effort for us to do the Daebak show, Daebak K-Rambles. It's basically us watching 16 to 20 hours of television and then getting together to record a podcast on top of our really busy full-time jobs and watching movies, because we're watching movies for Always the Critic. Every week we're at the movie theater or watching a movie on streaming or what have you. And again, definitely become a patron to help us out, to stay, doing what we love. We love podcasting. Somebody did ask us a question. I put out the APB for possibly a mailbag, and @_Ujameta asked us, are you guys going to watch When the Camellia Blooms on Netflix? And I'm assuming that's for season 2. I can honestly tell you, after actually putting together the lineup for season 2, that yes, we are going to watch When the Camellia Blooms, which is a Netflix original show, I believe. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the shows we're going to do for season 2. I don't know if I should say what shows we're going to do. I feel like it's a little bit of a spoiler.
Let's leave it a bit of a mystery for
We're
people.
definitely doing When the Camellia Blooms, but there were some shows that you guys voted for us on Instagram to do and cover for season 1. And there's just was too many episodes for us to do, or the episodes were too long. And again, like, we're trying our best to record these ahead of time and then release them on time. So yes. It was a little difficult for us to get to those. And I think one of them was like Mr. Sunshine. Mm-hmm. That's one that I'll throw out there. And it is currently on the docket for season 2. So definitely keep an eye out on the Instagrams, on the socials. We'll give you guys the date of when everything is going to come together and you'll get your season 2, guys. I'm so excited.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say, Rico, before we get out of here?
I think I'm good. Just for everybody, if you're trying to find your loved one, make sure that you set up a time and date so you know where to meet, and you don't just by chance happen to parasail into a Swiss mountain.
You'd think that if he planned out a year's worth of text messages, that he would send her the time, day, year of when they would meet. But those are some Chloe problems we can't get over. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. Anyway, that has been our show. That's been our season. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Rico, and this has been the ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.